Assalamualaikum.
Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullah.
So my question is like I have a situation where my sister is really, we could say like deviant and all that, and like she used like some months ago she like sold the family phones to resell them like to get money and all that. Recently I like argued with her and she had some
The line
and
the line is breaking, ya Marwa. What is your question?
The question is that my sister like she stole like things from the family, and now like she resold them, and I found money like on her, not on her like on the ground, but I know it's from her, and now it's with me, and she don't know like it's with me, and what should I do? Like, am I sinful for taking the money, even though I know it's like?
Are you certain 100% beyond doubt that she stole money from the family?
Yeah, of course, like she admitted it.
Okay, and the family
She
forgave
resold the phones, but
the family.
like
Listen. Did the family forgive her, or they're asking her to pay them back?
like they don't know because she hides it, you know.
If she confessed of it, okay. Let me answer generally speaking. This is known in the books of fiqh as when you find what was stolen from you, and you're capable of retrieving some of it or all of it from the one who oppressed you, and you can't prove it and you can't return it from him. For example, a government official comes and steals your property, steals your wealth, steals your money. You go to the police, you go to the ruler, nobody is listening, or they simply don't care or don't want, because he's a government official. He's higher than you. Who are you? You're nothing. So this is confirmed. He stole my wealth. He owes me $1 million. Few months, years later, I happened to see him coming out from the bank, and he drops a suitcase without knowing, and he gets into the car and drives away. I look around, nobody's there, no CCTV cameras, nowhere I can be incriminated or accused. I walk to the suitcase, I take possession of it and go to my home. I open it and I find $100,000 or $1 million, the same amount or less. So I say to myself, what should I do? The books of fiqh, they differ. The most authentic opinion is, if you have 100% proof that he stole, and that's a given, and you find the money that he has in his possession, and you can take possession of it without being incriminated or prosecuted, then you can take it and keep it. But in your case, Marwa, we have to understand what she stole. Was it hers? Was it the family and she had a share in it? Did they forgive her? Did they say, okay, we forgive you, you can keep it? In addition to the money you found, is it definitely hers? And if you're sure and certain it's hers, does it fall within the amount that she stole, or is it more? And what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep it for yourself? What makes you better than her? Because as if you stole the items and sold them and you took the money for yourself. This money should be shared with the other family members who they themselves were robbed and deprived of their belongings. So there are so many aspects to be looked into. So I hope this answers your question.
Sheikh, I know a person who has heard about a hadith in which Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu punished some apostate for their apostasy. So the person got a thought that does you not doubting their kufr of the apostates? So he said no. Then his brain proved it by saying that they are the kafir. If not, then I am the kafir. Now
I don't understand your question. Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, burnt the Rawafid from the Shia who said that you are our Lord. So he tried to convince them that this is kufr, this is blasphemy. They wouldn't listen, so he burnt them. And Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, told him that that was wrong. The Prophet prohibited torturing people with fire because only Allah tortures them with fire. What is your question, Ya Arman?
My question is that the person got a thought after hearing this hadith that you are not doubting their kufr, the apostates kufr. So person said, I am not doubting. Then his brain said, if they are not kafir, then I am kafir, to prove that I am believing in their kufr. So it's
this is very, very stupid of that person to place his own Islam on the judgment of someone other than the Prophet ﷺ. Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, is a companion, but he makes mistakes. And the biggest evidence and proof is that he burnt the people and killed them by burning them alive. And Ibn Abbas told him this is haram. And he regretted that. So he makes mistakes. So now you, as an ignorant imbecile, come and place your own Islam on his judgment, which might be wrong. That is stupid, with all due respect. And they are kafir. There is no doubt in that, for claiming that Ali is their God. Definitely they're kafir. So inshallah you're not kafir for what you have said, but never do this again in your life.